So we got the bigger build plate here, the stand for the AMS Lite, the whole instruction manual right here. In here we got these spool holders that guide the AMS Lite. What's like the rest of the AMS Lite, the accessory kit inside with a cowler, external spool holder, the wiper, I guess we call that. Here is the AMS Lite unit. Big frame of the A2L. This is the big improvement over the A1. The extra support, just keep it more stable. And I heard apparently there's some beads in here that supposedly help offset some vibrations. Yeah, some people like opened it and were like, why does it sound broken? That's how it should sound. And there's the bed of the printer. And a little bit of filament that everyone always uses, right? You don't just end up throwing that away. Yeah. And we're just laying out all the screws here. There's quite a bit of assembly with this printer, but they do at least label everything very nicely and the instructions look very clear. So I don't think this will take too long. The first step is to put the bed onto the base. A little different. Usually these are attached. They opted to go unassembled, so it just fits over there and then the screws go down into it. Pull here. I don't know if this matters, but I always like to kind of alternate how I torque things down. Something you do with cars often. Do not know if that matters at all for something like this, but it's just a habit I have. These off now. And angle this through. And then just drop it down ingot those. Yeah, the next step is to push the heat bed forward, and then we're going to pop this off the back. So you just lift it up a bit. And then they nicely label all these screw holes in green, and we're just going to start screwing these down. Face housing screws. And I always like to loosely put them in place, just basically hand tighten them all and then go around and fully tighten them down. And then there's the two on the side here. So before we put the cover back on, you're supposed to oil the rails here. I'm just going to put it on my finger. That's kind of the easiest way I find. Next step, we're going to connect the Z-axis motor here and hold it in place with a pair of pliers. Might make it easier. Just be gentle on these cables. And then it comes with a little cover in the accessory box. Connect the integrated cable. It's just a USB-C cable, only goes in one way. Plug it in, and then there are some screws to hold it in place. And then we can just remove these. These are just for packing to hold the rails in place here. So now we can install purge wiper. So first we're going to take, there's a little cover on the back of this to expose the connector here. And I'm going to slide this in, install the single screw, and connect a small cable here. Put that back in here and then put the cover back. Also, if you're not using the AMS Lite, you do have the external spool holder here. So this is just going to go on like this. Press this down and snap that close. And also notice a little bit of tape here we didn't get off yet. And for the AMS Lite assembly, it is very easy. There's just a few screws bolting the mount onto the AMS Lite here.
You got the numbers facing upright.
The last little bits of tape on here. And now we are going to attach our spool holders. It says on here 2 or 4. So you're just matching the colors here. You don't have to specifically number it. Just going to line up yellow with yellow, green with green. And that is it. We can plug it in at this point. You have the 4 pin on the back here. That's the assembly for the A2L. We can pretty much start it up at this point. So there are multiple ways to run filament into this printer. One of them is the external spool that I'll show you how to put on. There are materials where you wouldn't want to use your AMS. Things with carbon fiber in it that are very brittle or very soft materials like TPU. You often want to run from the external spool. So I'm just going to show you how to connect this real quick. After this is on, there's a little connector here. You're going to attach your PTFE tube into that. And then you just run it into any one of these four inlets. It doesn't matter. You just connect it like that. And another tip is if you're regularly disconnecting and reconnecting these, get one of these little tools, or sorry, 3D print your own tool, and then you can easily remove this, because it can be a little difficult to try to do this with your fingers, but with this little tool, it is super easy to do. And for the AMS Lite, we're going to connect the PTFE tubes. The only thing with these is you can see that there are two that are slightly longer. Those are going to go to the outside spools just to make it a little more even. And then you connect the other four to any spot. It doesn't really matter which order you do it, but I'll start with these long ones here. Again, it doesn't matter which one goes where. Just pop them all in. And that's all there is to connecting the AMS Lite. We can power the printer on and go through some of the calibration setups. You skip the Wi-Fi for now. So it's just reminding you to remove all these screws. Lubricate, yes, we did all that. And now it's time for the calibration. Just leave those all checked. And it's just gonna go through this setup. Gives you a little time approximation here. So I'm just gonna hit start, and it will do its thing for a bit. So your A2L should be complete now. I hope this video helped you with your assembly and your 3D printing journey. This printer only comes with the AMS Lite. What you might not know is it is also compatible with the AMS2 Pro. And in our next video, we're going to be showing you how to connect this to your printer. This AMS2 Pro has a few advantages over the AMS Lite, so it might be something you might want to add on at one point. So we're going to show you how to do that. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, consider subscribing, and we'll see you next time.